Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator here on Alps Panorama at the Northern Sea. So, in our last episode, we got everything planted and yeah, did some fertilizing, stuff like that. Let's see. So it looks like, if you look at the corner here, it looks like the weeds are starting to spread. So they'll slowly take over and they'll turn this into the second stage of weeds. And this needs to be fertilized and then it will need to be weeded. So, I think a good place to start would be to grab our fertilizer spreader and head up to our big field and get that fertilized real quick. And then by that time, maybe the weeds will have come in all the way and we can start at least spraying our big and our medium and our small field, and then they'll be good to go. Hold on one sec. Mystery, knock it off, dude. My cat's clawing at the back door. He's been doing it so much lately. He's like tearing apart the wall. It's destructive. I don't understand it. But, yeah. So, after tonight, like I said in the last episode, we're going to be able to sell 4 of our horses and pay off some of our debt. So that's a good thing. Pretty excited about that. And it looks like our grass field over to our left is, possibly, I believe it's ready for, to be cut some more. So I was thinking I was going to take... Well, yeah, I was going to take a commenter of mine. Oh my gosh, now my dog wants in. Sorry guys, one sec. Sorry about that. But what I was going to say is, one of my commenters, his name's Pat O'Brien, he said that I should sell hay bales or straw bales, but I was thinking, since we have a lot of silage and everything, silage usually sells for the most, so I could possibly cut all that grass and turn it into silage and then sell that for profit, which is a great idea. I think something to do, and it's a good way to make some extra money while we're waiting for all of our crops to get ready to harvest. Another thing I think I'd like to do is cut out that tree and then maybe expand this field a little bit more, but I don't know, it might just make it more difficult to harvest. So we'll have to see. I'll have to think about it, take another look at it. Oh, and here we got the weeds coming in. Slowly spreading their way across the field. It's actually not too slow, seeing as how we're going at ×5 speed. It'd be interesting if weeds really grew in like that. A perfect line. So yeah, this shouldn't take too much longer. We'll be done fertilizing. And then we can go grab our herbicide spreader. So today's just going to be a day of spreading and spraying. That's what it looks like. Nothing too interesting, but once again, it's all necessary work. All needs to be done so that we have healthy crops. And healthy crops will give us more money. Yay! More money sounds nice at the moment. I think one thing we might need to do once we're done with this is check on our animals. See how they're doing. Make sure they don't need any food or bedding. Anything like that. Oh, look, we're going to have a big field of weeds. Isn't that lovely? At least they're all ready to be sprayed. All the fields will be ready to be sprayed at once, so we can just tackle that, get that done. It's always nice. And there we go. Well, almost. There we go. This should be the last little strip here. We're also going to need to refill our fertilizer tank soon. Just a lonely little fertilizer spreader. Very lonely map. Except for the birds. They're always flying around and chirping. Alright. So yeah, let's go grab our fertilizer, our herbicide spreader. Or sprayer. Man, let's get these words straight, Freki. But yeah, let's go grab that. And hopefully it is somewhat full. Full enough to at least do our small and our medium fill, I'm hoping. Oh look, this field's got pretty flowers. We don't want you flowers. You eat all the nutrients from the soil. Nutrients that our plants need to grow. You pesky boogers. Alright, we'll drop off the fertilizer tank right here, as usual. Let's grab this sprayer. Here we go. Oh, yeah, this should be enough to do at least the small and the medium field of ours. So that'll be nice. Let's open this up. Oh, and another thing Pat O'Brien answered for me was I asked in one of my previous videos why you can raise and lower this, and he gave me an answer that I never even thought of, but it makes total sense. So thanks for answering that. It's what he claims is it's to keep the wind from blowing it away and wasting it, which makes perfect sense, duh. I can't believe I didn't think of that. But then again, I've never near farm equipment, so how would I know? But it makes absolute perfect sense. Because if you had it up real high like this and a gust of wind came through, it's going to blow it all over. And yeah, it's going to put it on your field, but it's not going to put it where you would like it. So therefore it would be wasting it. And wasting some of your precious money. Which I don't think farmers have very much of. So thank you very much for answering that question. I just figured at first that it was so you didn't like hit the top of your plants, but I kind of didn't see what harm that would do. You know, if I had field 1, that little grass island out there in the middle would drive me nuts. If it was mine, I'd probably plow that out before I did anything. But I don't ever plan on buying field 1. The shape of it is just unnecessarily awkward. But whoever owns it must like it. So good for them. To each their own. Alright, so this... Whoa there. This little bit's done. The little fill. We'll come over here and get this one. And I was a little worried there in the back of my mind that we wouldn't get this done. The weeds wouldn't come in. We wouldn't be able to get it done before we had the weeds come in, and they would come in like right before it was ready to harvest, which is usually my luck. So, surprisingly, things went according to plan. I gotta take a screenshot. You guys know the drill. My typical average normal screenshot. It's like the same angle and everything all the time. I just find that it looks good, I guess. So we have what? We have oat in both these fields, I believe. In our small field and our medium field here. Man, how come I have such a hard time remembering this? They look the same, and I believe they're oats. So yeah, we'll have plenty of stuff built up for our horses, and we'll be able to make plenty of straw bales. I think we'll keep some of them, and then we'll do what Brian said, and we will go ahead and sell some of them as well. That way we have plenty for ourselves, and then we make just a... I don't believe you're going to make very much off of them, but we will make some extra money, which anything is nice at the moment. So yeah, after we get this field done, we're going to have to go back over to the shop and grab another tank of herbicide. And not because we're necessarily going to be out, but because once we start doing our big field up there, I don't want to run out midway through. You know what I mean? And then have to leave and go refill again. I'd rather just play it safe. Oh my gosh, I missed one. I see one weed over there. You guys see it? Can't believe I missed it. Got it. Alright. Now, maybe I can get it all without missing any. What do you think? Turn over to the right a little bit. It's looking good. Looking very good. And we almost did it. Except for right there. That teeny little bit right there. Bam. Alright. Off to the shop we go. To spend more money, yay. Calm down, Aussie bird. I'm right here. Yep. Haven't left. Haven't went anywhere. And we fertilized that field yesterday. Or, well, it was the same day in game, but yesterday in the real world. I can't remember if I have it. I don't believe I have a tank of herbicide over here. I believe we used it all. Right? Yeah. So we'll have to purchase another one real quick. Alrighty. Well, let's go fill it up. We'll back it into place here. And there we go. Yeah, Ozzy, we're filling it up. All the way. Dang. Guess I could have went out the door on the right. Alrighty. So now we just gotta take care of our big field over there. And then our farm will be good to go. And there's probably, here, let me just check. I don't believe there's any new contracts. Yeah, there's that one, like I said, that's impossible. That one that's not even worth it. To transporting. So yeah, nothing worth our time at the moment. Particularly worth our time. So we'll just have to advance time. I would just speed up time, like, while we're doing this, but I don't want to have it go dark while I'm working. Especially while I'm using the herbicide sprayer, because the working width, once the boom extends and the arms spread out, it's a lot wider than my lights are, so I wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. And I have a hard enough time getting all the weeds, you know, spreading it over the top of all the weeds without or with there being light. So if there was no light, it would just be a disaster waiting to happen. It is nice that I'm getting it before the crop is grown in, at least at the moment. It's a lot easier for me to tell where to go, where I've gotten and where I haven't gotten. You know, the more I think about it, I don't think I really want to take out that tree and widen this up a bit because of what I said. I think it would just make it more difficult to harvest. I think the shape of the field right now is actually, unknowingly, I think I did it pretty well. So we'll just leave it here where it's at. One thing I wanted to test, but I forgot, is I wanted to take my fertilizer spreader and spread a little fertilizer on that field and see if it was on the grass field over there, and see if it was too if the grass was too mature to accept fertilizer. But I guess we'll have to test it in a minute. Or what I could do is check and see if it's ready to harvest, because I believe if it is ready to harvest, then it's just like any other crop, and it wouldn't be able to accept the fertilizer. That's what I would figure, but grass is a bit different. It regrows, unlike other crops, which amazes me. I would imagine the cotton plants, that you could harvest them and you don't have to replant them. But I don't know. I have no idea about cotton. Just the way that it appears, it looks like they would just grow again and bloom again with cotton. But I'm probably wrong. I'd imagine if it was like that in real life, then they would have. I mean, this game is somewhat similar to real life. It likes to follow a little bit of realism. But I'd imagine if it was like that in real life, we would get that same feature here in the game. But that's okay. I don't plan on doing cotton, at least on this map. I mean, I did do it for a contract earlier on in this series, but it's nothing I'm going to look into doing myself on our fields that we own. Mainly being, I never seem to get much money off of it. Never seems to be very profitable. I believe some people swear by it. Some people like it a lot. I do like it. I like the harvester, and I like the way it looks and stuff. I mean, it's a great feature they added to the game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on it. But it doesn't seem to work very well for me. I had in my Michigan farm series that I did before this one, I did a few cotton harvests, and one of them was very lucrative. It brought me a lot of money. It was amazing. And then I did another one, and I swear the price was even better than it was the original time. But I think they did an update or something, and man, it killed me. I had this, because on Michigan farms, I took a few of the big, believe me, the fields on that map are, I mean, they're huge for me. They're not like some other maps they're unimaginably huge. But they're big. They're really big. And I combined 2 or 3 of them together to make an even more gigantic field. And I did all cotton in there. And I didn't make nearly as much money as I would have on even just regular, like a canola or a, heck, I'd say even oat, honestly. The reward wasn't that great. It looked awesome, and it was fun. I got to use believe it was 2 cotton harvesters. I bought one, and in that map I was so rich. So yeah, I had everything in that map. Mainly because of the size of the fields. But yeah, I had like 2 cotton harvesters going at once, and it was really cool. It was fun. So in the long run, yeah, it was worth it. But in that map, like I was saying, I had so much money. If you ever want to, you can go take a look. Just like look at one of the first episodes and see what I started with. Which some of you guys may know if you play on the PC, because it's a map that is only for PC players. But I don't know. You start with just like a few John Deere items, right? And by the end of it, I had like my own cotton harvester. I had 2 of the huge like a huge case harvester, and then that huge black harvester. I had so much stuff. It was insane. And I only had a 2-horse paddock. I didn't make any of the money off horses or anything. I made it all off of just pure crops. I had so much stuff in my silo that I had to get 2 silo extensions. Yeah, I believe it was 2 silo extensions. I had the big sprayer. It was crazy. And I just kind of ran out of stuff to do on it because I had everything. The only thing I didn't do on there was, well, potatoes. Potatoes and, you know, that kind of stuff. And I hate forestry. Dealing with logs, I suck at it. And that's mainly because I don't want to use the auto-load logging trailers. I know they make a world of difference, but I don't know. It breaks realism a little too much for me. Alrighty. And that is all of the weeds taken care of, I believe. Let's just double check. We missed some? Where exactly is it thinking we missed? Can you see any things we missed on this field, guys? Here, let's zoom out. You take a good look. You see anything? Because I ain't seeing it. It says it's over here. It says it's right in front of us. Yeah, they're up in the night, man. .5% weed. 3% weed. Okay, whatever. It's using some weird mathematics or something to get that. We'll just ignore it. Well, it's now 5 o'clock at night. In game. I guess what we can do is, like I said, we can go around and look at our animals. I think a good way to do that is, well, we'll start off by parking this. We'll just park it back here and drop off the sprayer. We'll just leave the tractor here. Where's the bucket? Okay, we'll grab this. I think the first thing we'll do while checking on our animals is just clean up after them a bit. And we'll use this Fendt. But we gotta go grab the front loader attachment. No! Okay, guys, well, the game crashed.